ahead and get started here. Just gonna do a short little stream for Madden. Um, we'll get longer streams tomorrow as we get further on into the week. I just got a rough work schedule the next couple days, so we are going to do a little bit of some testing. There we go. Tweak my light a little bit here. That's good. Okay. All right, so this is going to be my test franchise, and we are taking the Rams. I'm going to use the Rams and brought them back to St. Louis, and we're just going to rock some slider testing here. This is going to be kind of a carryover from the beta, as well as some things that I was testing towards the end. So I'm anticipating changes will be needed just because this is left over from the beta. They made some changes, things like that. But this is going to give us a good base, and hopefully I can get you guys in here to help test a few things. There's a couple things I'm going to be looking at, and the more people I get their hands on training this or practicing this, wow, if I could talk, the faster we'll get a slider set, and then we can all get in. Yeah, QBs are they're messed up again, man. It's the same. It's gonna be the same thing as last year, where you got to make them a scrambler archetype. It sucks because in the beta, it wasn't an issue, and you'll see right now, because we're gonna play a little bit of a preseason game here against the Chargers, and I'm actually gonna go ahead. This is a perfect opportunity for you guys checking out the stream. What you have to do to get them to play correctly. And so we'll just go over to the Chargers. Justin Herbert. As you can see, he's a Scrambler 84. We need to make that the highest rated one. Yo, thank you for the follow, Eggnet. If I said that right. I'm not sure if I did. Appreciate you. Alright, so here we go. The traits don't seem to matter as much this year. Real quick, what I will say this is that force passes and sense pressure. You can't have what is it? There's like one combination you can't really have here, but I'll get into that later. Anyway, we're gonna focus on changing his archetype. So with the new edits they made to how players move and navigate, we don't really need to edit the carrying and the ball carrier vision, and it didn't really mess with their scrambler, and it didn't help much anyway with it. So we're literally just going to focus on everything else. So the big thing that'll really help is break sack, but we don't want improviser to go up too high either. We don't want everything else to go up. So we can kind of lower, throw under pressure a little bit. We know that we want to get his rating similar to what it was. See, this is where this is where it can get kind of. There we go. Scramblers in 86. So we still kept him in 86. How'd you get screwed on 23? So I will say this: the gameplay outside of the quarterbacks is really solid, especially with some sliders, and they did add extra things inside franchise that I think is really cool. I'll kind of actually go and show you here if you're curious. If not, I can wait till the end. They just added more features. It's still not on 2K's level as far as options, but they did give us a lot more things. They gave us the training camp, which because this is a test franchise, I'm not gonna play it. I see no reason to. I am not using the Rams. Oh, you lost two franchises due to bugs? Yeah, I know it's Ron. I got you, bud. That's why you just do an offline franchise. Offline's where it's at. Then you don't have to worry about it. But anyway, I will just real quick before we continue. I will say that the fact that they gave us edit draft class strength is a big thing, and then they did give us a lot of extra settings like they expanded on the offensive play and defensive play call cooldowns. They gave us the ability to turn off this, which is fantastic. Definitely needed. They gave us a bunch of extra stuff inside franchise mode, which I think is going to help franchise stay uh, like more intriguing, more interesting, especially with the free agent motivation difficulties and the trade difficulties, like which we're going to test, by the way. Not tonight. We're not going to test that yet, but we will test. Um, yeah, there's still not enough strategy in the mode, which it all comes down to the game plan. It needs to actually the game planning is just done in a very junior high way, and then the risk reward for it is just doesn't really make sense. Like, oh, you're going to focus on running to the outside, so naturally your inside blocking takes a hit. Like, that shouldn't be what happens with game planning. You should game plan to run to the outside, and it's going to generate a like plays from your playbook designed to get you runs outside successful. But you can do that with setup plays. Um, there's pass plays you can use to set it up. There's different things you can do to set up the outside run game to be successful. But Ron, yeah, but it doesn't take very long. You literally just do a set it and forget it for main menu. It's not nearly like as crazy as it used to be. And we're like I said, I moved us back to St. Louis, so we're gonna go with the old ones. Yeah, 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 yeah. We'll go gold or yeah, we'll go here. It was fixed in the beta. It's not an issue now. Like I don't know it's an issue now. I don't know what has happened, but obviously, and then this is always an issue. You have to turn the playbooks off, then turn it back on. Now it's LA Rams, Sean McVay. I don't know, don't know why that's a thing. Um, Vision, I bought the standard version of Madden, but if you pay the $5 for 1 month of the EA trial, you get it the 10 hours of it, and then you get a 10% discount off the game. So you basically get the EA trial for free because you pay $5 for that, but then you get $7 off the game. So you can at least get 10 hours in.
Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right out of the gate.
Yeah, dude, Play Now is some of the best Madden gameplay of all time. Well, I gotta tune down the volume in my ear here real quick. There you go. Sorry, I got a new. As you guys maybe you've seen my new setup video.
We all cherish our vacation time, but admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you played football, didn't you? And you could wait to be back up here again.
It's a really long ad break, I feel like. Anyway, some of the best gameplay in play now. Franchise mode was really good.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Was really good in the beta, and it's still good other than the quarterback play. In my opinion, anyway. Yeah, the workarounds. I mean, honestly, it's just the QB stuff, and then we're going to use some sliders. You know, get some sliders and then figure out everything else. But I mean, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of good in the game outside of. Don't get me wrong. I'm extremely frustrated with the quarterback play, like the fact that that's how it is, you know. But there's still a lot of good, and we can make that work. Ooh, I can't believe he threaded that needle. Yo, Eggnet, also thank you for joining. But yeah, so I'm not dropping the test sliders on Discord. I'm gonna drop them here. So I'm only gonna play a little bit of this. It's a preseason game. I'm only gonna play a little bit, may make some changes, and whoever's still here, I will show where I'm currently at so they can test and give feedback. Is kind of how I am gonna do it. So I'll play like a quarter or so because it's preseason. And typically, preseason games are where I like to... Yo, what's up, Kusa? Like, you can, if there's something that's kind of standing out, make that change right away. There's some things that you just kind of want to wait a little bit for. Oh, Saint Kusa, stop. Same old Madden, he says. In one aspect. I do hate that they show that instead of his stats last year. Show his stats last year. Show his career stats. Show something. Man, they got a lot of new plays in here, though. But I like to use the preseason for like anything that stands out specifically that I don't really want to just test. I'll make some changes. Then there's other things that I can be like, maybe, and I will give it more time. Nope, they still have that from the beta then. So this was an issue in the beta. You would go into settings, and you go to game options, and see here, I have it all as hidden. Meter's supposed to be hidden. We have it on placement. So this is big too. I screwed this up last year. Last year I was on placement and accuracy. So even though I had the meter turned off, you timed it based on your... It's just like 2K when you're shooting. You could time it. You could time the throw and have really good accuracy, and it didn't matter what the slider was at. So this year we're going placement because it's placement and power. So I have control of the placement, I have control of the power, but ultimately the player ratings are going to matter. How do I have you not wanting to buy it already? I've been saying, even with this CPU issue, this is some of the best gameplay that Madden's had in a decade. Straight facts. And it's the deepest franchise we've had since Madden 12, because Madden 13 is where they decided to screw us over with that connected franchise. I do not want to run into that front. I think we might have something here. Robinson coming across. Nope, didn't even have time to throw. Yeah, but Ron, okay, so I agree with you, but I did get the sliders pretty solid at the end of the year, but you can't sit here and say that 2K didn't do the same damn thing to us. Right? Gotta be fair. 2K did the same damn thing. I didn't know where to go with it there. Shoot. Couldn't find anybody open.
players combined for their team's
Typically,
first
Madden
game.
gets worse with patches. I couldn't find anybody open. I want to look and see. Who did I miss here? Did anybody see anybody that I missed? Like, I wanted to go to Cup right away, but they took that away. Then I was looking at the running back out of the backfield. I thought he was going to run a fly, and I was getting ready to throw it because I was like, oh, one-on-one. And then he cuts it up in the middle there. And so at that point, I didn't know where to go with the football here. I didn't have anybody open. If we're being honest, I didn't really have anyone open. Where am I supposed to throw this? In the 2K point, he says. I feel like the gameplay, that information that 2K dropped is definitely good. It affects my player, my career more than franchise, so I definitely think they need more 5-on-5 information and gameplay. Real quick here, I want to say that I did fix pass rush, you guys. So 1, 2, 3. I mean, I had almost 4 seconds to throw on a 4-man pass rush, and I believe that who is that terrorizing me right here? Fox. But I mean, I had time to find somebody. Like if you look at NFL pressure, like how long you have to throw, I had time. I just couldn't find anybody. So, all right. Well, both teams didn't do much. We'll see how it goes.
See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returnable here for Davis.
I had 4 seconds because it was a 4-man rush against 5 blockers, Kusa. That typically, typically when you have more blockers than rushers is where you get more time to throw. And even then, it wasn't crazy. I didn't blitz or anything. Ooh, okay. The running game felt like it was in a really good spot when I came out of the beta.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case,
and hopefully it's still in a good spot. Like, don't have to do too much. I did turn abilities off. They changed blocking up this year, Kusa. It's not the same as before. We got here 3rd and 3. We gotta go Cub. Oh shoot! What do we get here? Man, okay. Oh, deep shot. I like it. And overthrew him. Okay. But he took a deep shot. Remember last year had to do quarterback edits for deep shots. Sorry, I have my monitor over here now. I used to have them right next. So I'm like talking over here and talking over here. My bad. Hey, give me a minute to adjust to the new setup here. But last year we had to do edits to get them to take a deep shot. I didn't touch Justin Herbert's traits. We just changed his archetype. Like I said, they did make really good improvements on the quarterback if they could just get it right in franchise, which Clint did respond saying that he was going to look into it, and he said he appreciated gameplay footage. So we got the attention of the main person, just like last year. We were able to get attention of Desar, who went and told Mike Wang, who fixed our real player percentage issue of not being able to make back-to-back shots. All right, let's just try to run the ball here. I didn't even run it once. God, these jerseys, like, in hindsight, actually pretty dang good. If it just sucks that I can't, like, if I want to be the Rams, I have to be the LA Rams. I can't just be the Rams because I still have the LA logo. You know, that kind of sucks. Watch this. Whoever's watching here, they fixed RPO. Watch, they fixed the animation. Last year, you guys remember the stupid animation they would do? He would like spin around and do like a 180 to throw that. They fixed that. I will say that much. I remember that from the beta. They fixed that. It's good. We got to run play action here, yeah? Maybe Cooper Kupp in the flat? And that was still a negative, he says. I will tell you this much, too. We were playing around, me and Smitty, and we told Sim Football Critic about it. He didn't get a chance to do it, but a couple of us guys tested the game on arcade. And let me tell you, arcade had some of the coolest gameplay we've ever seen, but penalties and fatigue are completely disabled, so it's not viable for franchise. So I've been working on a way to get the arcade feel and some of the broken tackles and stuff like that. And so I like to see that some of my... Ooh! Should have let him a little bit more. Some of the work that I was doing on that. Penalties are disabled in all game modes. I want to take a look at something here. I want to just take a look at the... They did a 4-man rush. See? What's wrong with... Like, this is good if you ask me. It's a 4-man versus... That was supposed to be a chip by Higbee, I think. A chip and release. I don't know. I didn't really get much of a chip. But that's somewhat of a pocket for Madden. There was no insta sheds, you know. We had time to find somebody. And I honestly think I went to the right guy. I just didn't lead him enough. Or I should have thrown it right here. But I waited till right there. And I was behind him. See how he had to wait for the football? There's definitely potential here, you guys.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Let's see about the running game here.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
There we go.
It's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Big run. 2K, you still, or Kusa, you still drinking on a Tuesday? They've added a lot of really cool new plays too. Like this play, I've never seen this before. Kupp has the option out here. I really like that. So if Robinson should, as long as Robinson takes that defender deep, I would hope Cooper Kupp goes out.
To throw is Stafford.
Didn't have time. Shoot. They blitzed, right? They blitzed, yeah? Or did they just... Nope, I just didn't have time. And that happens sometimes, though. They got out... Look at, he had the outside stance. Look at that, he's way outside. And he just got around. He still got a little bit of a block, but just not enough. And Cooper Kupp sat. I wish he would have broke out. Like, that kind of stinks that he sat on that option route. I will say this, though. One thing they still haven't fixed, coach suggestions. Why are all my suggestions plays that I've recently ran? Why can't we get, like, more of a selection of suggested plays? Yeah, we're going to run over here. Nothing there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
God dang, 3rd and 13.
That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
They said they fixed screens after the beta. I don't know if I want to try it yet. I want to try to get in field goal range. We pick up 5 yards. We're in field goal range.
Not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Overloading that side. Is Kupp going to be... is Kupp a deep shot here?
On 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
I didn't have time. Dang it. God dang it, man. 2K is much harder to fix because there's 1,000 sliders. Madden, you have 8. What do you have? Quarterback accuracy, pass blocking, wide receiver catching, run blocking, fumbles. That's 5. Then you have coverage, reaction, INT. And then tackling. So you have 9 sliders in Madden, plus penalties and things like that. But ultimately, 2K is way harder because there's so many more sliders. I had time. I just couldn't make a decision up here. Cup didn't get the release that I wanted him. Like, man, that makes me frustrated. I had the time. I just didn't have a quick throw to go to. Everyone's running deep routes because of the distance. So I had the time, but like everyone was congested over here. I actually don't like that play. I mean, they're in man coverage, so everything has just got all congested here. Cooper Kupp did not get, I mean, a release. Yeah. Dang it, I just wanted a couple more yards. We could have kicked a field goal. But Madden's typically easier. Like, typically with Madden, yeah, you have your 9 sliders, and then it's like something else that's just like a light bulb moment. Like certain settings like fatigue or the speed parity that have such a huge impact on the game that when you change it, like things open up. Like in Madden, I think it was 18, switching to arcade mode, like, was just the most amazing thing. But it didn't work the next year. Yeah, so in the beta, QBs were much better. Now, I will say this. There was a couple instances, and I sent them off to Mole. Where was it? Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins. And the issue that happened in the beta was they had a chance to run it. It was open. But they ended up making a throw. Both of them didn't complete the pass. But I was like, the throw was kind of difficult and really didn't make a lot of sense because they were on 3rd down and they could have just ran the ball and picked it up. There was nobody in front of them 15 yards. Compared to what's in the YouTube video, by the way, thank you for watching it. These guys are just like not even really getting rid of the football. At least they're just like dropping back, like they're taking off and running like they kind of want to run. Like it's much worse now than it was in the beta. So one thing I'm testing right now, if you guys are curious why everyone's tired, I am testing 100 fatigue to see if we can get some auto subs, because auto subs were broken in the beta, and I haven't changed auto subs. I just wanted to see what impacts the 100 fatigue would have with the default auto subs. And I don't like the idea of using 100 fatigue by any means. I think that's too high. But again, it's a preseason game, so I'm just checking out some stuff. And it doesn't seem to have any impact other than making guys tired. Okay, see? You guys saw Herbert was prime display in my video. But changing him to Scrambler, look what happened. Now he looks like he would in Play Now. But it's really hard to change every single quarterback to Scrambler. Some of them you can. But like certain quarterbacks, it's just with the way they're rated, it's very hard to get them to scrambler without screwing up some other stuff.
At the 49-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47.
And he's hurt. Okay.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Auto subs, Kusa, they used to change gameplay. I don't feel like they've really changed gameplay much recently. Oh my. Just open up the freaking lane for him. He drove a car through that.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
I think the Rams would be honestly a really good team to rebuild in Madden this year. I mean, they got an old Cooper Kupp, an old Aaron Donald, and an old Matt Stafford. See, so again, yes, the CPU quarterbacks are currently broken right now in franchise unless you do that edit. But you can see the extra stuff that they've changed in like how they play in their scrambles. Because that's even better than it ever was last year.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. His throw incomplete.
Love it. Off-target throw. Why don't you get the the trial, my guy? Get your 10 hours in. Last year, your 10 hours lasted you until February. Ooh, look at that, changing the play.
Out of the gun, Herbert.
I like that. All right, I like how he's playing, honestly. Just didn't touch his traits. Just changed that one thing. But I hate that their playbook is so small. Their defensive playbook. We're blitzing. Oh, I don't like that. Ooh! I like that he's... Look at the throws he's attempting. Y'all can't sit here... And I should say y'all. I should say Kusa. You can't sit here and say that's not an improvement over last year. When did you see the CPU attempt those kinds of throws? Thrown into coverage. Trying to get to the back of the end zone. I would have liked to see him go for it because it's only 4th and 2. Giants are going to be fun to use. The only thing that sucks about the Giants is you got to deal with all that money being paid to Daniel Jones, and he's like a 75 overall. Well, and you don't even have Saquon on your roster yet. Yeah, Kusa's just drunk. So, I didn't even include the Rams because I didn't think about them in my poll. And everyone voted the Commanders, so I'm going to use the Commanders. But, like, I really wish that I had thought about the Rams because I would have just done what I'm doing in this test franchise. Relocated them to St. Louis.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Oh, we're going to get some backups for possession.
Gain on the play, and it's second down.
That's okay. I'm going to finish off the series. Show you guys where we're at. Still, Saquon. Oh, I missed that. My bad. It's Jonathan Taylor who hasn't signed. That's right. With the Colts. I'm going to play this offensive possession. I'm going to show you guys the current slider setup to get some extra help from y'all. As long as you guys can post feedback in the Discord. Stetson Bennett, let's see what you got. What are we looking here? So obviously we got Johnson underneath as a quick route. Cup maybe on the... Why is Cup still in here? Okay.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And they will not get the connection there, and it's incomplete.
That was a horrible decision. I got to get back into Madden and figuring out my decisions. Like, it takes a little bit. Like, when you haven't played in a while, to, like, read the defense and get quicker at your decisions. And I'm definitely not doing a good job of that right now. I definitely had Cup on on the post corner, but it didn't. I mean, it wasn't open until now. Shoot.
2023 draft. Their 7th straight year without a first-round pick, interestingly, but 14 total players selected.
So there's guys open. I'm just not. I'm not finding them soon enough, which is just. We'll do that. It's just me not playing the game. It takes a little bit to get back into it. No! Thought I had him. I got pretty good at reading the defense last year in Madden and figuring out like my first 2 looks. And I saw the blitz here, so I knew I had to get rid of it. And I feel like I made the right, well, shoot. Running back coming out of the backfield here. Who is this? Evans. We had 10 yards to go. And on a check down to Evans, he's probably picking up that first down. Because the next closest person to him is 10 yards away, and there's a blocker there. And I have two blockers for 2 players. I mean, shoot, if I catch that and there's blocks there, he might have went to 25, 30. Like, look at that. I'm for sure picking up the first down. I try to thread the needle of the cup. And look at that. That's a very nice defensive play by that safety. I mean, he could have maybe stuck this in between, but I think he could have. 43 could have reacted in time to break it up. Yeah, if I held it a little bit longer, I would have had the guy in the running back in the flat, but they blitzed, and so I panic. I panic through, which is definitely a thing that happens in real life too. So
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So
we'll give it one more. I'd like to get up a first down, pick up a first down or 2.
A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive.
Hey, we got a penalty.
Forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
I was also curious if the fatigue would get us more penalties. The answer is no. I was curious if the fatigue has any negative impacts. Not sure. I do know Aaron Donald shouldn't be here in a preseason game.
He's got it. It's Spiller. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve.
All right.
They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers.
Oh, fumbled it. Dang it. That was actually a legal block in the back.
That ball gets knocked free.
Oh, dude, I forgot the Giants got Darren Waller.
It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base.
Yeah, have your options and then like be able to kind of tell what the defense is in, or like, okay, if this defender does this, then I'm going to do this type thing. And I literally... I meant to spread the linebackers, and instead I shifted them away from where they ran the football, so that was great. There we go.
Kelly tries the right side, and they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found.
I think the running game's in a good spot. for.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there, and just ran
CPU seems to have a pretty good run game overall.
On second down, Spiller looking for space. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
I haven't really ran the ball enough or tried to run it enough.
With third and still 7 yards to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on
3rd and 7. We got a blitz.
They did a really nice job staying in their proper
Man
places
blitz.
and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down.
Let's go.
Forced out to his line.
No. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Had the free rusher. I like that. Had a blitz and we had a free runner.
I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end...
Alright, this is my last offensive possession. Then I'll show you guys where we're at for some slider testing. And I honestly don't know if I'd change much other than I think I'll lower the fatigue.
Taylor now returning it. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5.
It doesn't seem to be doing much of anything, so there's no reason to...
First and 10. The Rams ready to go on offense. The results for them so far not that great. Well,
Alright.
not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Let's try to actually...
As you're looking at your play sheet, you're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they
Run the football here a little bit.
seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off?
There we go.
They just have to go to a different play
Nice little run.
and try and run some offense.
We're just going to try to, ground and pound a little bit because
Leave them with a 2nd and 2.
I've been trying to throw the football so much. Unsuccessfully. I have 5 passing yards.
They'll stay on the ground, Evans again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And was it on that play action?
A little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Partner, you mind if I take
You just got Buffalo Wild Wings and now you're hungry?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen,
I haven't had Buffalo Wild Wings in a while. I started just air frying my own wings and adding the Buffalo Wild Wings sauce.
It has been a struggle.
Oh, man. I think I want to check and release you.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's
Dang
going to
it.
be
I had a step, but that safety made a play. See? Let's go here. Love to do this too. I love to do breakdowns. 1 right away off release. I probably should have taken him to the sideline more. That safety made some good ground. Look where that safety was at.
the running game almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back.
Definitely struggling passing the football.
Rams on 3rd down. They've only
Yeah, it's so much cheaper, dude, and it's so easy. It takes 20 minutes in the air fryer. Like 20 minutes, straight up.
looking to throw. Bennett.
I just knew I was going to throw it to Cooper Kupp. Oh, their defense is tough right now.
And now it's 4th.
And I had an easy throw. This is me just having tunnel vision. Because this is an easy throw. But no, I was like, I got to throw it to Cooper Kupp. Who gets all jumbled up right there. But I had an easy throw. And I might have had an angle to even get the first down here. When you say turn off the QB passing gimmicks, what do you mean? Okay. We are going to... believe me, the more, again, I'm glad this is my test franchise, not my real one, because I can make all the mistakes that I want to as I'm testing things. And I'll get back into it. I'll be like, all right, this is what I need to identify. Because right now, like last year, I'd be like, all right, I'm looking at this linebacker. If this linebacker does this, I'm going to go with the football there. If this linebacker does that, I know I need to go over here. And I have my first two options just down. And I'm just not even doing that right now. I'm not even looking at the defense. I'm not even identifying a linebacker I need to focus on and make a read based on what they do. So we'll talk about that here in a second, Kusa, because I will show the sliders where we're currently at. Other than fatigue, I don't really think I want to change anything off of it. Say that you think there's anything that you saw that stood out as changed. I don't think so. Too early to say. And I don't think there's any changes to be made other than fatigue. So, here's the sliders. Test sliders. You guys need to give me feedback in the Discord under the Madden slider section, please. Feedback. If you change anything, let me know what it is. I don't have any auto subs to test right now. That'll be the last thing that I get to. I'm going to focus on getting good gameplay, then I'll focus on auto subs. So, main menu. All Madden difficulty. Simulation game style. You're going to zero out the user and CPU sliders. The special teams. Just you're going to turn off all back main menu. We're going to hit, and here we go. So user quarterback accuracy is 0, pass blocking 0, wide receiver catching 52, run blocking 20, fumbles 10, pass defense reaction time 0, interceptions 20, pass coverage 0, tackling 25. I'll get to that in a second here. CPU accuracy 5, pass blocking 0, wide receiver catching 52, run blocking 10, fumbles 10, 0, 20, 0, 25. All Madden again inside franchise. Special teams, we just lower the field goal accuracy and the punt accuracy a little bit. Game options, we're on 0 speed parity. I think I forgot to mention that. We're going to put fatigue. 100 didn't seem to matter, so we're just going to go ahead and drop it down to like 70. I don't think it has much of an impact. It certainly makes players tired, but it doesn't seem to impact them being. I might revisit this, but anyway, this is what fatigue 70, speed threshold 0. We're just 75 for all the down the line. 75 all of them. Everything's turned on. Illegal block in the back is 60. Roughing the passer 50. Everything else is turned on. Now, getting to... Yeah, I had to be to work at 5 o'clock this morning, and I have to be to work at 5 o'clock tomorrow, which is why the stream's being so short. So I'm getting to the end of it. And then I'm off on Thursday, thank God. But yeah, I got to get up at 4:30 to be to work at 5, and I'm exhausted. Anyway, no, it's gonna be simulation in both of them. That'll be something I test way down the line, Kusa. Right now, I'm just starting off everything on simulation. I did test, like I did tell you, I did test arcade in the beta, and I absolutely loved it. However, it just isn't viable for franchise with what it disables. Passing has to be placement or classic. Cannot be placement and accuracy, because you then have control of the meter which is way too easy, by the way, which overrides the player's ratings. We don't want you to be able to dot defenses up with a 75 overall quarterback because their ratings are being overridden by your skill to green the throw meter. If the throw meter was much more difficult, like it is in 2K on the shot meter, it'd be a different story. But it's not. It's way too easy. So, placement and power. Mount Avarice, what's up? I don't know if I got your name right. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here. But anyway, so I made this mistake last year. And I didn't realize that meant that I was overriding the player's ratings, which is why I did so well with a lower rated quarterback. This will definitely help with that. This stuff is all, passing slowdown needs to be off, but everything else here is pretty much reticle visibility for, this is all for placement, which is fine, turn it on. Meter visibility is hidden. Saying this, they had this glitch in freaking main menu, or in the beta, and they have it here too. So every game you'll probably have to go in and turn it to hidden. Mount Avarice, bro, pay $5 for EA early access. It's only $5 for a month, and you get 10-hour game trial. Here's the other settings, but this is the big one for passing. If you go accuracy, you're gonna have a different experience. And then visual feedback is going to be the same as it's been for the last couple years. Everything needs to be turned off. Camera offensively. If you go standard, you see too much of the field. It's too easy. Auto subs, you feel free to play around with auto subs. I haven't done it yet. That's not my focus at this point in time. If you're able to find some auto subs that you get some good results with, definitely drop those in Discord. I'll try it out, and if they work, I'll definitely give you credit when I include them in the set when I drop the video. So that's where we're at right now. Like I said, based off of what we just played, I don't think I'm going to change anything other than fatigue for now, but please give me some feedback in the Discord if possible. The biggest things, the biggest thing we're focusing on to start is always the big four. Running game for the user, too hard, too easy. Running game for the CPU, to stop, too hard, too easy, just right. Passing game for the CPU, too hard, too easy, to stop. Passing game for the user, too hard, too easy, to succeed. Those are the big four. We always want to get those. Then we want to break down the other things like, sacks and broken tackles and drops and interception drops and time of possession and things of that nature. But we always focus on the big four first to make sure that things are balanced and stuff like that. So ball placement is like 2K. Yeah, it's gonna be like, yeah, you can tell it where you want the ball to go. You just can't have the meter turned on so that you time the throw, and then based on your timing, the ball goes where you want it, regardless of the quarterback's ratings. So just have it on placement. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out the stream. I will be streaming again tomorrow. It will be what did I just get there? Okay. It will be longer because I do not have to be to work the next morning at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. But I did want to get a quick stream in to get you guys seeing where I'm at with the sliders. You guys can help me test out and give me some feedback so we can get these things ready to drop as soon as possible. Otherwise, guys, that is it for me. Stay tuned to the next one. Peace!